Hello ladies and gentlemen, RP2 Vision would like to welcome you to another edition of AEW Dynamite Recap show. Without further ado, here's your host, Ronald Ray.
Let's see, hopefully this ain't too screwed up this week. Anyway, trying this once again. Hello, ma'am and sirs, and welcome to this week's AEW Dynamite Recap show. I'm, of course, Ronald Ray, your boy with a cornbread accent. They building this as the Championship Fight Night, and it takes place at the El Paso County Coliseum in El Paso, Texas. Main event, of course, is the Gunn Brothers, Colton and Austin, against Max Caster and Anthony Bowen, the Acclaim. And it will be for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. Before we get started here, let's do the shameless plug thing. For those of you who are not subscribers yet, go ahead, click on that like, hit the subscribe button, and if you'd like to, leave a comment. Let me know how you feel about this week's AEW Dynamite show. With that being said, let's let it rip. Let me go ahead and apologize for the lack of visual aids. I don't know if the people who are subscribers and watch my videos, I don't know if y'all dig that part of my video or not, but not too many pictures for the AEW Dynamite. Can't seem to find them as well as I can for the other show. But enough of my problems. Starting off this week, as they always do, and I always give them props for this. I mean, who wants to sit there and tune into a wrestling show just to hear, 30 minutes to an hour talking? AEW don't do that crap, and I'll give them props for that. This week, they laid it off with AEW World Champion Maxwell Jacob Freeman, MJF, going against Konosuke Takeshita. And I don't mean to make his name. It looks like it's the way it's spelled. It looks like a take sheet. I'll just leave it at that. So somebody put a quarter in the swear jar for me. Anyway, this match was a good back and forth match. Konosuke getting the early lead in this match with corner punches, the knee strikes. Later on, MJF will counter a clothesline and drive Konosuke's shoulder to the mat. And during the course of this match, MJF did a really good job of working on that shoulder and arm. Every time he got the advantage, that's what he would go after. He'd go after the shoulder and arm. Takeshita would, use strikes, suplexes. But as he was doing that, every time he made a comeback, it would always sell that, shoulder and arm. And it would do it constantly, or consistently, throughout the match, which is really refreshing to see sometimes. But in the end of the match, MJF avoided the senton and applied the salt of the earth armbar, raising heels work on that shoulder and arm, to get the tap out victory over Konosuke Takeshita. And of course, post-match, MJF demanded the referee give him back the Dynamite Diamond ring. He put it on it, and in typical MJF fashion, he shoved the referee out of the way and tattooed Konosuke Takeshita with a ring, put the boots to him. That's until the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, came in and made the save. Later on, MJF gave an interview where he tells a story about he was in an accident and with a young lady, and so he wouldn't get any trouble. He put her in the driver's seat, made it look like she drove, and so he won't get in trouble. And blatantly say he's a scumbag and proud of it. Now it's time for the ladies. The AEW Women's Champion Jamie Hayter, with her crew, Dr. Britt Baker and Rebel, she went up against the Bunny with her little entourage of Penelope Ford and Kip Sabian. My bad. Champion came in using her strength advantage over the a smaller Bunny. But Bunny would, catch a Hater off guard a few times in this match and get some shine of her own. At one point, they were fighting outside the ring. Bunny suplexed Hater on the floor, but Hater's calf looked like hit the steel steps pretty hard. At the end of the match, Hater was going for an exploder suplex and didn't come off too well. I don't know if that calf had bothered her and she couldn't pop it off as well. But it looked like Bunny took a little bad bump on the head and the back of the neck. As far as right now, I ain't heard about the Bunny getting a concussion or anything. But after that happened, Jamie pulled her up, hit the Haterade, and got the W. Backstage, we seen Renee Paquette interview. Sorry, I'm butchering names today. Sierra and Tony Storm. Sarah called over Leva Bates, I believe her name is. Basically, they wanted to embarrass her. Tony Storm nailed her from behind, spray painted L for loser all over Leva. But interesting to see what this goes because all of a sudden now it's like they switched places. Jamie Hayter with Britt Baker and Rebel are the baby faces now, and Tony Storm and Sierra are the heels, just out of the blue, almost for no reason. Anyway, after that we have the Gauntlet, the Jericho Society Appreciation or Jericho Appreciation Society Garcia Guevara Gauntlet match. Basically, it was a gauntlet match. Ricky Starks had to defeat 3 members of the Jericho Appreciation Society to earn a match later on against Chris Jericho. They did this pretty good. Starks will make short work of Angelo Parker and Matt Menard using a spear. Then Sammy Guevara and Daniel Garcia used a little trickery on Ricky Starks. Basically, they distract him. They, trying to make him think which one of us is going to be in the ring. Sammy Guevara, distract him long enough for Daniel Garcia to come in, attack him. Garcia would be on the attack and have the offense a good portion of this match. Starks will make comebacks, but Daniel did a good job cutting them off every time. At one point, Starks try to do a surprise spear, but Daniel Garcia, countered that with a guillotine headlock. The match will spill out to the floor, like a lot of these matches do. And it looked like Starks was about to get the upper hand here until a masked fan hit Starks with a Judas Effect looking elbow. This will allow Garcia to pick up the victory over Ricky Starks. And of course, the masked fan came in, and to everyone's surprise, it was Chris Jericho. So Chris Jericho got out having to wrestle Ricky Starks again. Not sure. Can't remember why. Anyway, they are trying to build Starks up, or Jericho is. Hopefully, just not to make him look good for AEW Dark, or barely use him like they did Orange Cassidy for a while. And championship fight night, and there's a lot of championships in AEW, but the All Atlantic champion did not make an appearance. Oh well, it is what it is. Now, I mentioned earlier that MJF gave this promo where he pretty much discussed he'll do anything to win, anything to stay out of trouble, anything to be a winner. And of course, this would bring there was a backstage or locker room, dressing room interview with Brian Danielson. Also, Kensuke Toshida was in there with him. He's getting mad. Brian Danielson was talking, and oh my gosh, somebody locked the American Dragon in his dressing room. As he was trying to fight to get out, MJF hobbled to the ring and demanded Aubrey, the referee, to count, keep counting. She took her time. Brian Danielson, was able to finally get out of the dressing room, breaking down the door shoulder first, and made his way to the ring. But Roosh was already in there waiting, and he commenced to start putting a whooping on poor Brian. Got a little color in this match. I guess that was due to Danielson being rammed into the guardrail. Of course, Brian will keep fighting back. Had a little bell lock on Garcia or Roosh at one time, and Roosh was able to make it to the ropes. Some more back and forth. Then at the end, Brian Danielson countered a suplex and nailed Roosh with a running knee for the W. And of course, I think this pretty much signifies that the main event for Revolution will be Brian Danielson versus MJF for the world title and a 60-minute Iron Man match, which MJF was not too happy, so he hobbled back to the ring and leveled Danielson with a Dynamite Diamond Ring and put the Salt of the Sea on him, armbar on him, Salt of the Earth, excuse me, Salt of the Earth armbar on him. Security came out, broke it up, and then we move on. Next up was your AEW World Trios Championship match. The Elite, Young Bucks, and Kenny Omega defending against Top Flight, Dante Martin, and Darius Martin with their partner AR Fox. Dante and Nick started things out here. A little back and forth, run through here, a little bit of flip here. Then looked like the Top Flight boys had a good thing going here. They done some quick tags in and out with some double team moves on Nick Jackson. Eventually, all 6 men got in the ring. Some back and forth, flying, flippy stuff. Sound like a boomer. Flying, flippy stuff. Anyway, that stuff is cool to watch. But there was like one point where, man, I wish I could show it on here. Nick Jackson's like sitting there telling, I believe it was Dante or Darius, come in. And he came in and this took the move. No improvising, saying move or dodging it and make it look somewhat decent. Kind of compare it to imagine watching like an action movie or something like that, and one guy's telling the guy, "Hey, shoot me! This is the part where you shoot me." And then he finally shoots him, and he goes down. I'll explain that better later. Anyway, I keep going. Anyway, they will actually the Elite would start being on the upper hand on the offense here, working over Darius Martin. Nick Jackson had Darius measure for a super kick. Guess he caught an audible, decided to hit Dante with a super kick, and then hit AR Fox, knocked him down as they're on the apron. Then when he finally went for the super kick, Darius countered it and hit the Spanish Fly. Now we get everybody in the ring, everybody getting their shit in. One last get pull off an upset as Fox countered the One Wing Angel, but Kenny Omega was able to do some countering of his own, rolled him up in the crucifix, and got his team the W. So your winners and still AEW Trios champions, Elite. Now it's main event time. Your AEW World Tag Team Champions, The Acclaim, Anthony Bowens and Matt Caster, defending against the Guns, Austin and Colton. Earlier that night, Daddy was asked earlier, what's he going to do? He said he's going to stay in the back, let these two teams fight it out. He's totally going to stay out of it. The Acclaim show while they were tag team champions. Good movement, quick tags, double team. Also, got to give the Guns credit when they was getting the heat on Caster. They did some pretty cool, quick tags, double team, basic stuff. Then of course it started breaking down in old El Paso. All four men in the ring. Owens is going for the rolling elbow. Colton, basically used the referee as a shield, and he ate the rolling elbow. Austin went out of the ring, grabbed one of the belts, slid back in the ring, was about to hit Bowen with a belt. Bowen just dropped, and he was within an eyelash of hitting dear old dad, and the belt got shoved down. Billy Gunn started chastising him because he did make his way to the ring. We got that part. Say he shouldn't be cheating. I guess Colton had a screw you dad moment and decided to pick up the belt and nail his dad, Billy, with it. The Acclaim wound up hitting the Arrival mic drop combo on Austin. Caster went for the referee. Anthony Bowen had Austin rolled up in an O'Connor roll. They got a little too close to the ropes. Or had Austin rolled up in an O'Connor roll. Got a little too close to the ropes. And Colton basically nailed him with a belt. Austin wound up rolling up Anthony Bowen for the 1, 2, 3. And now we have brand new AEW World Tag Team Champions. And that'll be Austin and Colton, the Guns. And their heroes didn't seem too happy about that because they got cheated out of them. Yeah. Anyway, so congratulations to the Guns, new tag champs. And that's how they left it. The Guns riding off in the sunset, gloating about their tag team title victory. And this was another good action-packed show, a little more storytelling. The story leading with the MJF Bryan Danielson Revolution pay-per-view main event. It's been pretty interesting. What MJF trying to get out of it, but it's been sides and it's going to be delivered. The main event for Revolution is going to be a 60-minute Iron Man match for the AEW World Championship. MJF Bryan Danielson. The story with the Acclaim and the Guns with Billy kind of torn in the middle was kind of interesting. Billy coming out to stop his sons from cheating. When he said he was going to stay out of it, I guess the psychology would be Colton kind of got in his feels and felt that dear old dad was choosing the Acclaim over his own son, so that's why he caught him with one of the belts. And let's not forget, remember, it was Billy Gunn using the Fameasser to help the Acclaim beat the Shane Strickland and Bearcat, that's his name now, for those Honor and Their Glory or something like that. That's how they became tag team champions with a little underhanded tactic from Billy Gunn. Speaking of cheating, wasn't this the same commentary group with Tony Schiavone and Excalibur? Please get rid of that stupid mask. Anyway, I'll stop with that. Wasn't there a Full Gear pay-per-view where MJF and Jamie Hayter both had to use cheating moves to win their perspective or respective championships, and they were like, "Oh, they deserve it! Yay, they won! Yay!" Then now, when the guns cheat and do some underhanded tactics, it's disgraceful. Uh, Tony Schiavone, you should know better than this. You've been doing it since I was a kid. Uh, just saying, let's do some a little bit better consistency. Uh, it, I dug it. It's the match with the trios championship was pretty solid. Uh, didn't give gave enough away, but not get too much away. Almost, you know, trying to make it seem like they had a chance, but we all know they didn't. The gauntlet match, I think, was done pretty well. Let's get the first two guys in and out of there. Two quick pins. Then let's get the heat with the last one. And of course, that one wound up being the end. We didn't have that miraculous comeback or anything, thanks to Chris Jericho. But still, I think it's done well. Hey, you can't have everybody leave home happy about every situation. Gotta bring them back. And say, hey, what's going to happen next? Um. Anyway, that does it for me this week. Uh, let's do that shameless plug again. If you're not a subscriber yet, come on, hit that subscribe button. Like I said, I'll greatly appreciate it. Hit the like, leave a comment. Tell me what you think about this week's AEW show if you watch it. Um, anyway, you folks have a good weekend. If you got work, hats off to you. Salute you. Be careful out there. I think some places the weather might get a little nasty. And as always, you folks take it easy and have a good one.
We here at RP Tube Vision would like to thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Also check out friends of the show Ecolife Natural for home-crafted candles, hand cloth, and other home and personal goods. Look them up on Facebook. Link will be available below the video. That is Ecolife Natural.